कुंदेन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्यापहा निशेषजाड्यापहा।
May I now invite the President, MICA Governing Council, to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
Good evening. What a momentous occasion this is. My privilege to welcome you all to the 30th Annual Convocation at MICA. It's a pleasure to host and congratulate the graduating students as well as their parents and siblings who are here to share our joy at this incredible landmark in the life of the graduates. As you embark on your new journey into the world, it is essential that you carry the learnings, aspirations, and bonds you forged during the years at MICA. A hearty welcome to you, dear graduates. Joining us today is Ms. Shweta Munshi, Vice President Marketing, Lego Retail. It's a delight to have you here, Shweta. Thank you for graciously accepting our invitation as a chief guest. We appreciate and offer a heartfelt welcome to you. A warm welcome to the President of the MICA Governing Council, Dr. 30th Surud, and distinguished members of the MICA Governing Council present here with us. Our gratitude for your unwavering guidance in navigating any and all opportunities and challenges to ensure integrity, growth, and achievements at MICA. Ms. Jaya Deshmukh, Director and CEO MICA, welcome. We value your leadership and support. Thank you. I am pleased to welcome the faculty. You are the mind, heart, and soul of MICA. You nurture the campus and community. I welcome the staff, the entire MICA community. Thank you for your unconditional care and relentless efforts. Dear parents, respected guests, it's an honor to welcome you to this celebration of academic triumphs. We are very proud of MICA graduates, their meaningful journeys, impactful work, and promising lives ahead. May I now invite the chief guest, President MICA Governing Council, the Director and CEO MICA, in the presence of MICA members of the Governing Council, to light the convocation lamp.
May I request the invocation to be played.
step enough for me.
Thank you. May I now request the President, MICA Governing Council, and Director and CEO, MICA, to present the memento and gift to Ms. Shweta Munshi, our honored chief guest. Hold on. Hold the record. Thank you. I now invite Ms. Jaya Deshmukh, Director and CEO, MICA, to confer the diplomas.
Candidates of the 9th batch of 4-year Fellow Program in Management, 30th batch of the 2-year Postgraduate Diploma in Management in Communications, 5th batch of 2-year Postgraduate Diploma in Management, and 34th batch of 1-year Postgraduate Certificate, 24th batch of 1-year Postgraduate Certificate Program in Crafting Creative Communications. Please rise and come in 2 parallel lines to the center of the stage. Respected President, MICA Governing Council, and members of MICA Governing Council, I recommend to you, I'm just going to wait till you come to the center. I recommend to you 8 students of the 4 years fellow program in management, 151 students of the 2-year postgraduate diploma in management communications, 50 students of the 2-year postgraduate certificate, 2 years postgraduate diploma in management, and 24 students of the postgraduate certificate program in crafting creative communications who have met and fulfilled all the requirements for the programs and request the MICA Foundation and the MICA Governing Council to confer the diplomas and certificates on them.
Thank you. Members of the MICA Governing Council, may the fellow titles, diplomas, and certificates be conferred upon these candidates? Yes. Thank you. By the authority given to me by MICA Foundation and MICA Governing Council, I confer upon you the fellow titles, postgraduate diplomas, and certificates. We trust and believe that in your life, as you assume responsibilities in industry and other roles, you will serve the needs of society, communities, and people at all times. Thank you.
The respective candidates will now individually receive their fellow titles, diplomas, and certificates from the chief guest as the registrar will call out their names.
Before I call out the names, I would like to announce that all the students will receive a printed copy of their individual photograph and group photograph, and hence friends and family are requested to remain seated and not come forward to just take the photograph. I will call out the names of the students in the following order: 9th batch of 4-year fellow program in management, 30th batch of 2-year program of PGDMC, 5th batch of 2-year PGDM, and 34th batch of CCC. Thank you, the Chief Guest, President, Director, and Dean, to be on the dais. We have all gone ahead of time. I'll call out the names. Wait. Parvinder Arora and Gyanesh. Bhushan Kumar Kankal and Sesha Kini. Suraj Nambudri and Sigma Soni. Damini Goyal Gupta and Pooja Srivastav. And now I will call the PGP class names: Pushti Parekh and Nupur Pandya. Aditi Jha and Kruti Ashtaputre. Shruti Parkar and Vaibhavi Lanjevar. Subharti Chatterjee and Anshita Khanna. Jeel Salia and Priyal Shah. Shraddha Podar and Anvesha Guha. Janvi Mishra and Mohini Sontake. Parvati S. and Ramya Paliwal. Sarisha Jain and Tanisha Jain. Vishakha Kejriwal and Sanya Jain. Harsh Jamuar and Ocean Murjani. Stuti Kachwaha and Ridhima. Shreyanshi Mishra and Devprabha Nambiar. Ishika Jaiswal and Meher. Naisha Naik and Shreya V. Abhilasha Tiwari and Ayushi S. Akansha Gandhi and Anmol Marwa. Anvi Mutreja and Avni Bhutra. Bhavya Dave and Medhavi Pandey. Nishtha Khurana and Riyanshi Dashora. Soumya Jain and Soumya Patel. Vivi, Harshita and Bhumi Chauhan. Japlin Arora and Anjali Bharadwaj. Pragya Shashank and Tanya Dwivedi. Anamika Agarwal and Trishani Bhattacharya. Harshini Agarwal and Kanishka Taneja. Harshini Agarwal and Kanishka Taneja. Ritika Singla and Sakshi Agarwal. Srijani Dev and Tanya Shukla. Anubhuti Pathak Niyati Shah. Shaurya Singh and Siddhi Tiwari. Vedant Sahu and Himani Mirakhul. Mehak Jain and Pradnya Nair. Sonali Johari and Swathi P. Tejasvi Vankayal Patti and Divya Tripathi. Kalash Singhal and Kaushal Popat. Maitreyi Bhattacharya and Pooja Tiwari. Prithviraj Mahapatra and Rishima Ramdev. Srila Jalan and Paras Verma. Ravija Sahai and Riya Mohta. Vineet Nair and Ankita Datta. Devanshi Srivastav and Dhruv Gupta. Kandar Pandey and Mansi Mohan. Nupur Vasavada and Pragya Pandey. Soumya Bhasin and Chaitanya Dakwale. Dhairya Jain and Nikita Lalchandani. Rishabh Gupta and Shivangi Malviya. Sunanda Shaha and Kshitij Gupta. Meghna Bodoloi and Shaurya Sharma. Sinja Desai and Ajit Singh. Akhil Sejpal and Binayak Samal. Diksha Trivedi and Kuldeep Raj. Madhavraj Acharya, Madhavraj Acharya and Niharika Singh. Niharika and Parth Shah. Ritvik Agrawal and Shruti S. Vimarsh Soni and Vishakha Juneja. Tanvi Choraria and Mohit Meghani. Pushpak Chaudhary and Suraj Nandi. Yash Arohan and Ajaya Vishwanath. Karthik Ajay and Anubha Srivastava. Dia Kameria and Ishita Banka. Mugdh Maheshwari and Palak Shyam Sukha. Sankalp Saxena and Utkashra Mishra. Vrushali Shah and Rohit Joshi. Amar Pasta and Jagruk Mahant. Pragun Sharma and Siddharth Agarwal. Abhishek Sengupta and Anurag Nair. Anushka Ghosh and Arundhati Vaidya. Divisha Shukla and Kabir Banerjee. Karan Soni and Mitanshi Manduvara. Mridul Sethi and Simardeep Arora. Trisha Roy and Susan Thomas. Aritra Das and Ishan Shrivastava. Shaunak Vadavkar and Swastika Dutt. Anand Krishnan S. Lokit Khatri. Prithvi Khanna and Sanat Swain. Shiva Susindranathan and Dhruv Sinha. Prafulla Nimje and Ayush Jain. Abhiram Vijay Kumar and Aditya Sood. Anmol Ramgiri and Arihant Hemendra. Divyanshu Kumar and Jeet Vaishnav. Karan Malik and Kumaril Gupta. Manan Verma and Niranjan Sivakumar. Rahul Khatri and Sameer Sagar. Vinayak Tiwari and Ayush Khanduri. Franklin PJ and Abhinand Nair. Aditya Mehta and Avinash Kumar Jha. Hitesh Phulwani and Kunal Tilokani. Parth Buddhiraja and Satvik Rao. Shubham Methani and Siddhant R. Soham Gosavi and Sumit Shre. Suyash Somvanshi and Suyash Srivastava. Tirthan Gosalia and Yash Gupta. Pavan Vyas and Akshansh Chaudhary. Bharat Mohta and Ritadhi Bhattacharya. Lakshit Shah and Arihant Jain. Kanishk Agarwal and Nirupam Garg. Harshit Jaiswal and Jaidev Chaudhary. Shivankit A. and Upmanyu Dikshit. Saket Kanumuri and Mithil Upadhyay. So congratulations PGP class. And now we have the CCC batch, Sunena Madan and Gauri S. Divyali Karamchandani and Bridget Unni. Adit Pawar and Srishti Chaudhary. Ritika Soni and Kriti Gupta. Samriddhi Gaonkar and Shreya Patel. Ananya Jain and Asmita Shetty. Kriti Sachdeva and Tanishka Tiwari. Karnika Maheshwari and Shivika Shukla. Dhruvi Bova and Abhiraj Bhore. Shreyash Dhumal and Devanshi Guha, be ready. This was Abhiraj Bhore, right? Shreyash Dhumal and Devanshi Guha. Shivansh Bajaj and Vedant Choksi. Aditya Nair. Congratulations, the class of CCC. Congratulations to all. Thank you, the chief guest, the president, the director, and the dean. May I now request that the MICA diplomas and certificates register be placed before Ms. Jaya Deshmukh, Director and CEO, MICA, for the official approval. I now invite Ms. Jaya Deshmukh, Director and CEO, MICA, to introduce the chief guest.
Congratulations, everybody. Perhaps we should give a big round of applause to us. Okay. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Shweta. Shweta is a marketing and business leader with 22 plus years track record of managing brands and businesses, embedding transformations and delivering net new growth in consumer goods across B2B and B2C sectors. Shweta has held various global and regional leadership roles in multinational organizations such as HP, British American Tobacco, Nestle, and she built a formative career in India post an MBA with honors from MDI Gurgaon and worked her way up, starting her career as an area sales manager. So all of you who've gotten into sales, remember, that's where you begin, right? Area sales manager in Whirlpool to brand management in Dabur, ending her India stint as head of marketing for Airtel broadband businesses. She then took a career break to earn an international MBA degree in IMD Lausanne, Switzerland. That was a professional and leadership reboot. Her next decade was focused on driving transformation and leading marketing digitalization at a global scale in multi-market organizations like Nestle and British American Tobacco. Currently, Shweta is in a senior leadership role at the Lego Group, leading global marketing for Lego Retail, the D2C direct-to-consumer business for the company. She has a passion for transformation and is currently advising a few startups in the area of AI for marketing, IoT platforms, etc. Shweta is originally from Kashmir. She enjoys traveling, cooking, and hiking in the mountains. She loves Indian classical music. May I request Ms. Shweta Munshi to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to this auspicious and beautiful event. It looks delightful. It's a privilege to be here at MICA as you celebrate your 30 years anniversary. And it's absolute pleasure to share this evening as you embark on your fantastic life journeys. Every MICAN I have met fits this bill of brilliant leader, change maker, and a storyteller, just like it says on the tin. And after having spent a day at your beautiful campus, I am kind of beginning to understand how this recipe works over and over. I love to see the graffitis. They were absolutely beautiful. The close-knit community, the plants, the animals. I have met a lot of peacocks this time. And the perfect harmony and compassion that this institute is showing. It's complete with this beautiful Ganesha mandir and the Pujariji. And you know, he always carries this ointment for hurt animals. It was fantastic to talk to him. It's almost like a movie set depicting Satyog of some sorts. I'm like surreal today. But let's come back to the present and to this year and to today. Today is your day, and I would like to congratulate each and every one of you. You have worked hard. You have sacrificed weekends and sleep, mostly for projects, but sometimes also for odd parties and music jams, I hear. But nonetheless, it pays off today. As you step into your new life chapter, you're armed with knowledge, a degree, but you see today, and I saw all the dance moves that happened, you have a community now of 200 plus people who will be more than your friends wherever you go in the world. And then there is this strong MICA alumni community. They are all over, they're global leaders, and that's going to be a bit like your safety net. They will always be there for you like a family, minus all the drama that comes with the family. So feel blessed, stay connected, and do grow the MICA tribe. So I have to come back to the theme, I'm told. So the theme for today is Sparks of Excellence. And excellence, in my view, is not a fixed destination, right? It's more like an attitude and a mindset. And as you all go through your life journeys, you will continue to build on that. So I would like to share a few stories with you from my own journey and maybe see if they could become sparks for you as well in your journeys. So story number 1, when beating the odd can become a great power source. So I will take you back to long time, 2003. For this one, many years ago, a bit like you, I was fresh out of my marketing MBA from MDI Gurgaon, which is also a very beautiful campus. Maybe not as pretty as this one, but very close. And I was ready. Yes. Don't tell them I said that. I was ready to rule the world. I was a management trainee and feeling very pumped. And at that time, a sales stint was mandatory. So I landed in Mumbai as area sales manager for Mumbai branch. Now, mind you, this is not the posh Mumbai I would have seen in the movies. For those of you who are from Maharashtra will relate to it. My area was upcountry Mumbai. So Thane to Vashi, and then Panvel, Mira Road, Bhayandar, and Dhanu. So that was all my area. So I reported my first day on duty, and let's just say it wasn't the best first day at work, okay? One of my seniors, let's just call him Varmaji, not to offend any Varmaji today. Varmaji was a very seasoned salesperson and very worldly wise. He was convinced that 3 kind of people should not do sales, cannot do sales: MBAs, women, and youngsters. So clearly, I was at the holy trifecta of failure for him on day 1. And then I met my future team. They were a group of 8 men, and their average work ex was more than my age. So you can imagine, I walk into that room, and they all assumed I am this head office wali madam visiting the market. And they were not the only one. For next few days, many of my distributors would assume the same, that I'm not there for a job, I'm there just to have a good time. So needless to say, the early days were humbling and they were tough because I had to learn it all while pretending that I knew it all. So the phrase they say is fake it till you make it was very real. I used my sales handicap as strengths. Number 1, as a marketeer, something that salespeople don't do, we focused on the demand generation. So we used very cheap jugaad tactics to basically create demand. So one example was we loaded a lot of empty cartons of refrigerators and washing machines on a tempo in Thane and made it drive around. That gave a feel that we sell a lot of products. It really helped us boost sales. And the distributors just loved it because if you focus on sales and sell through, the profit margin improves. And as one of my Suresh Bhai, one of my customers used to say, nothing is sweeter than profit, of course in Marathi. So that is what worked a lot for my customers. Then as a woman, I made friends with all the wives and daughters and families of my customers. And many times my sales stint would also include tasting a pickle that had just been made because I really went along with them. And then I would land up counseling their children if they wanted to get into marketing, I was really helping them that. And then the third thing was youth. And with youth comes stubbornness and bravado. My mom, who sits in the audience today, can corroborate to that very well. When I started the job on day one, there were secret bets going on in the office that how long will I last in this sales job? I did that for 18 months, and it was fun. It was really fun. I really learned how the value chain works, how end-to-end you deliver the product. It built character, confidence, and humility. So I'm not sure, I know few of you are going to do sales. I met few of them. I would highly recommend, if you get a chance to do it, it's worth every day that you will spend there. So that was the story number one. Now story number two is something around when you leap into the unknown, you land firmly than ever after. So just continuing from that, I finished my sales stint and I went to work for the next decade in many marketing roles, as Jaya talked about. It was in 2012, again many years back. And it's a bit like you have worked your way up the life and you have everything that you aspire for. A 3 BHK flat, one child, a decent friend group. So you basically are set for life, as your parents will say. And this was the time we made another pivotal decision, which my parents even today believe was crazy, is to move our family to Europe. I decided to do another MBA in IMD Lausanne, Switzerland. It was a mid-career break, and it was massively expensive, like everything is in that place, unless you're part of a Aditya Chopra production tour or something, which clearly we weren't. So we had to pay for everything. And so we sold everything we had, including my very cute Hyundai Santro that had been with me throughout my sales stint. Yeah, it was very sad. And I left with 2 suitcases. The hardest part was actually not all that, but leaving my husband and 3-year-old kid behind for a year. It was very scary, and it was like leaping into the unknown. But what an experience. I would do it over and over in a heartbeat. It was very intense. Now imagine 2 years of MBA packed in 1 year. But the most gratifying part was that they made us spend a lot of time on ourselves. Each of us had a coach who worked with us to open up why we were who we were. We had to make peace with our past traumas, with our anxieties. And in those 12 months, they almost broke us, each one of us, to make us back whole again. But we were more aware version of ourselves. It's a bit like playing with the Lego bricks. I'm sure most of you have seen the Lego bricks. You always have to break it down to make something beautiful again. And don't worry, I don't think all of you need to do another expensive MBA. You've just done one, all good. All I would say is, as you get busy in your jobs and life, do make space for introspecting. Spend time with yourself and commit and mental space to always do a self-improvement for yourselves, because don't get too complacent and too busy in your day jobs. As for my story, it did end well. We were reunited as a family after a year. I did pay back my massive student loan. So by God's blessings, it was a happy ending for us. Now let's move to story number 3. When making big decisions in life, do the butterflies in stomach test, whatever version you want to use it, when things make you really sick in the gut or you feel butterflies are happening in your stomach. So my next crossroad was when I joined Nestle. The first 1 year, I worked as an in-house management consultant who basically goes around telling everyone what to do when they have never done it yourself. So for those of you who are planning to be consultants, no offense, sir. You will do a great job of that. So for me, when I finished that year, I had to decide, should I become like a brand manager of coffee and take a safe route out? Or should I take one of my own projects around digital transformation and execute it? I mean, I still remember the boardroom meeting. We had just finished pitching. And then the CEO looks at me and says, okay, great pitch. Why don't you go and do it? I remember, I felt like a colony of butterflies had just erupted in my stomach. I was so uneasy because making a 20-slide PowerPoint is tough. But then going and executing a complete program, and when I'm not a techie, that was a whole different ballgame. So that was the moment I had to decide which way do I go. I mean, of course, as I said, with youth, you are just brave and stubborn sometimes. So I said yes. Yes, I will give it my best shot. And that's one decision in a split second did lead to a very big career shift for me. And yes, for next decade, it was all around digital transformations and being that crazy person in the office who's just talking technology and data and world is changing and dragging everyone with them for the change. But what people did not see that I had to spend hours skilling up and learning digital. Representatives from like Salesforce and Oracle and Microsoft, they became my gurus and my best friends because they always had some shiny products to sell and I had the company money to spend. So it was a match made in heaven. It was on one of those projects that I met Jaya. And shall I tell the story? Yeah, okay, I should tell the story. Yeah, so Jaya, and she was from Microsoft, this big strategy short person, and I was trying to launch my product, and we fought because it was interesting how when you have two people from, yeah, she won instantly if you want to know that. But I was really inspired to talk to her, and that made me even strongly believe that digital and transformation is the way to go, and I'm really glad I met her during that time. My learning curve was very steep. So in summary, I would summarize this story for you is, whenever we make the hard choices, you know, the ones that make your stomach twist in fear, are oftentimes the one that will lead to the biggest rewards. The safe path looks tempting and easy, but it can also be a very risky option because it will stall your learning. So whenever you get a chance in your careers, go ahead and take those leaps. And I obviously am a marketer and I love everything around marketing taglines. This one tagline has made me make any such decisions, which is the Mountain Dew one. Do you know that one? Dar ke aage jeet hai. Is that still a thing? Because 20 years back, all my stupid decisions, I used to use that tagline and go ahead and do it. So yeah, that has been a story of my life. Summarizing, we know that digitalization is evolving beyond tech. Next is AI. I'm sure Jaya ma'am has already talked to you a lot about it. So all I will say is today, you're not finishing your education. As marketers and business leads, you are embarking on a lifetime of learning because there is just so much happening outside that you're going to learn and have so much fun. So I'm going to package these 3 stories and sparks and think of it as my gift to you all for the rest of your life. Spark 3, whenever you are deciding, do the butterfly test. Make sure that the decision makes you scared and uneasy because chances are that's the right decision. Next is make the leaps into the unknown because when you leap, you will learn to land. And when you learn to land, you learn for life. So do make sure you think of that. And spark 1 is beat the odds. Once you take a leap, believe in yourself and don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. You decide what you want to do. I will like to end with a last message that we talked about sparks of success. Success isn't about perfection. It's about having the courage to try, the humility to fail, and the passion to keep going. So stay curious, take risks, keep learning, and your sparks will definitely light the way for you and everyone around you. Congratulations once again, my dear fellow marketeers. Welcome to the madness.
Well, Shweta was very kind. That's not what really happened. We argued, but remember the client is always right. And she eventually won the argument. I must also say that she learned really rapidly, and not from me. I learned from her as well, and so she's really making this story sound very one-sided. It wasn't. And in the same way that she, got something from me, I learned a lot from her, and she has been my inspiration ever since. So I'm really, really happy to have her here. And the three things that I would say is, number one, remember sales, right? 2, brand and marketing, connecting with the customer. 3, technology. That's her journey. That should be yours. Don't be afraid, right? Okay. So coming back to the agenda. The next, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Mr. A.G. Krishnamurthy. Now, I'm really emotional at this point, because at some point there was a big mango tree here. Was it there? Yes. Big mango tree here. And there was a seating, and that mango tree was planted by Sir. And one of our conversations with him happened under that tree. The tree is no more, and it feels, strange to be standing here as the director and giving that speech. But he was an incredible man, right, with an incredible legacy, and it's an absolute honor to be saying the next few things. So, Mr. A.G. Krishnamurthy, who founded MICA in 1991, was a visionary and a legend in advertising who was way ahead of his time. He set up MICA as his way of giving back to the industry all he had achieved due to it. Mr. Krishnamurthy, or AGK, or Sir, as he was fondly called, passed away on February 5th, 2016, and coincidentally that's MICA Foundation Day, right? As a mark of our respect and gratitude to Sir, Mr. A.G. Krishnamurthy, we are awarding the top 3 positions in the academic performance from the 30th batch of PGDMC, the 5th batch of PGDM, 34th batch of CCC, with awards and medals in Mr. A.G. Krishnamurthy's Sir's name. So I'll call upon the registrar to take this proceedings ahead.
Thank you. May I now request the chief guest, Ms. Shweta Munshi, to kindly move ahead. And I will be reading out their names. The top 3 students of the PGDMC, the A.G. Krishnamurthy Bronze, Silver and Gold Medal certificate for the 30th batch of PGDMC goes to, the bronze one goes to Niranjan Sivakumar. The bronze medal for PGDM goes to Ramya Paliwal. The silver medal for PGDMC goes to Pragun Sharma. And the silver medal for PGDM goes to Tanya Shukla. And finally, the gold medal for PGDMC goes to Pushti Dharmesh Parekh. And the gold medal for PGDM goes to Sinja Bimal Desai. Moving ahead, please stay. Moving ahead, I would request Ms. Shweta Munshi to present the A.G. Krishnamurthy Award for Academic Excellence in Crafting Creative Communications to the top 3 students. And I will read them in third, second, and first position. The third position goes to Kanika Maheshwari. The second position goes to Ritika Soni. And the first position goes to Dhruvi Bova. Hearty congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, Ms. Munshi. Please, you may come back.
Okay, moving on to the next award, which is really, really special. The next award is the Pat Memorial Outstanding Alumnus Award. This has been constituted in memory of Professor Atul Tandon, or Pat as he was called lovingly. He served as a MICA director from March 2001 to June 2009, and it was Pat who put the infrastructure development, so all of the beautiful stuff that we see at MICA on a fast pace to cope with the growing academic demands. Now this award is nominated by the MICA alumnus, right, from amongst themselves, and awarded to one who has had a great career growth, occupies a leadership position, and has contributed to societal good. And this year, the award for 2025 has been conferred to Mr. Kedar Lele. So Kedar Lele is the Managing Director of Castrol India, is a seasoned leader with over 25 years of experience. Before joining Castrol, Kedar spent 2 transformative decades at Unilever, where he held various leadership roles, the latest being Executive Director of HUL, responsible for sales and customer development, South Asia. His time at Unilever was marked by strategic contributions that fueled consistent and competitive growth, including spearheading the company's e-commerce initiatives in India and leading Unilever Bangladesh as Chairman and Managing Director. Kedar's career spans advertising, digital innovation, and sales. Are you seeing a pattern here, by the way? Right? With expertise in marketing, customer development, and general management, he's known for his compassionate leadership, his ability to navigate complex business landscapes, and strong relationship building skills. Now this we know. As MICAns, we know how to do this, right? So we've got that. Recognized by the Economic Times as one of the 40 under 40 business leaders in 2014, Kedar holds, I think I'm going to flip this around because it says, Kedar holds an MBA in Strategic Marketing and Operations from the Indian School of Business, ISB, and a postgraduate diploma in Marketing Communications from MICA. So beyond corporate success, he has also contributed to the business community, serving as Vice President of the Foreign Investors Chamber of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, in Bangladesh. Kedar's purpose is to unleash the hidden potential that brings success and happiness to people, business, and society. Married to Shweta for 25 years, blessed with 2 sons, Sanay and Prakhar, Kedar loves long drives with family and playing golf. The reason why I couldn't really make it as a CEO in the corporate world is because I cannot play golf or any game for that matter. I can only run, but yes, playing golf. And is passionate about purpose, people, and growth, right? May I request the chief guest, Ms. Shweta Munshi, to kindly present the award to Mr. Kedar Lele. And just as a bonus for everyone, imagine perhaps 15 years from now, 20 years from now, one of you could be here, right? All right, moving on. May I request the chief guest, Ms. Shweta Munshi, to release the MICA yearbook. You want to come in front and then... Okay, so here's my address, and I'm going to be emotional, so please forgive me. When we were lining up to come here, I cried a little bit, and then I held it together because this is not about me, it's about you, and it just feels amazing to have this opportunity to be addressing you and to be a part of your celebration. So respected Chief Guest Shweta Munshi, members of the MICA Governing Council, members of MICA faculty, staff, guests, parents, and dear students, it gives me immense pleasure to be addressing you today. The last time I was on the stage was way back in 1996. I was 20 kilos lighter. I had extremely short hair. I had spectacles. But the rest of me was completely different. And here I am today in 2025 at MICA's 30th Convocation. Boy, I'm old because it's 30 years ago that I was doing this for myself, right? Awarding diplomas rather than receiving one, so you can understand how beautiful this moment is. Last year was full of successes, a testament to all the hard work and passion poured in by students, faculty, staff, the president of the Governing Council. He has really mentored me. The Governing Council, thank you for the support, and the foundation. To begin with, the National Institutional Framework, or NIRF, as it is called, ranked MICA at 32 amongst the top management schools in the country. This was a climb of 5 places from the previous year. This is exceptional. We are also ranked number 8 amongst private management schools. We should all be extremely proud. Our fellow program that we launched in 2010 has been accorded equivalence to PhD degree by the Association of Indian Universities. Our 2-year PGDM program has received accreditation from the National Board of Accreditations. The PGDM, which was launched in 2019, runs parallel with the initial program PGDM-C, which is also accredited. So all 3 programs are recognized by the statutory body AICTE. MICA faculty continue to be amongst the most sought after, and many of them sit on national and global advisory boards and editorial review boards of prestigious referred journals. They also receive invitations to sit on expert panels and jury panels of prestigious research conferences. Last year, MICA published over 90 papers, which includes articles in top-ranked ABDC A-star and ABDC A journals, besides books, book chapters, and case studies. This is all the more credible as our faculty strength is relatively small, tight, right? As a result, in terms of faculty to publication ratio, MICA ranks among the top 5 in Indian management schools and top 15 in terms of publications in such A-star journals. Since 2019, MICA faculty have published over 21 papers on AI and marketing in globally recognized academic journals, indicating MICA's passion for being at the cutting edge of the curve. So I must mention to Shweta here that LEGO holds a real special place in MICA's research ecosystem. And in the past, we have carried out 32 insightful dissertation studies and research papers by our students and our faculty. And this reflects a deep-rooted academic association that MICA has nurtured with LEGO's brand, innovation, and impact. We hope to strengthen our association with LEGO in the coming years. Our admission process is stringent. You are less than 2% of those who apply to MICA, right? It is stringent, challenging, and fully merit-based. And this year we received almost the highest number of applications in the history of MICA, which is an indication that we continue to attract the brightest brains and minds from all over the country. MICA continues to be amongst the most gender-diverse management schools in the country, with more than 50% of its student intake every year from across all 3 residential programs, PGP, CCC, FPM, being women. And we continue to have diverse representation across all states of India. This is something to be really proud of and has been the case from the first batch of MICA, first batch of PGP. Student outcomes are incredibly important to us. We continue to achieve 100% summer placements, and this year our students achieved the highest stipend in our history. Our final placements also reflect a steady progression in the highest and average salaries that our students have been able to attract. Now, this reflects the high premium that the industry places on MICA graduates who are known for their out-of-the-box thinking and the solutions they bring to the table. I must also call out, and perhaps we should give a big round of applause to MICA Minds, right? So let's clap. Right? So MICA Minds is MICA's student-based industry consultancy cell, right? And this, you had a stellar year this year. It's an absolutely smashing year because you completed 57 projects for the industry and you brought in revenue for yourself, which was stellar. But enough about the past, right? Let's look towards the future. Through 2024-25, MICA has spent, these few months, MICA has spent time crafting its strategy for the next 5 years, working closely with the foundation, the governing council, the faculty, alumni, industry, a competitor set of, other institutions, and of course, all of you, our students. We have reached out and listened to all of you, and on the basis of your inputs, we have crafted our exciting future strategy. We would like to make a few announcements. So we would like to announce that from the academic year 25-26, we will be offering functional specializations. These are new functional specializations in product management, sales and CRM, and business analysis. This is in addition to our specialization in brand management. Okay? We shall also be offering additional verticalization specializations in banking and financial services, analytics, MR and AI, along with media, entertainment, and sports business. Our curriculum has been completely reimagined by keeping in mind the needs of industry, the emerging importance of AI, and the impact of technology on business. In the coming years, MICA will launch multiple new programs in management, AI for marketing, creativity, and communications. We cannot wait to get started, and please watch this space. Now, what gives us this encouragement, or what gives us the strength to do this? The encouragement that we have, the strength we have to do this is because of the findings of the comprehensive brand equity study we undertook last year, wherein industry and peer management schools rated MICA and MICANs to be the best of the best when it comes to traits such as dealing with ambiguity, authenticity, creativity, innovativeness, bravery, and empathy. Like, we were really competing. We did this survey and benchmarked ourselves against MDI, SPJIMR, the IIMs, ISB. So on these parameters, we were the best, over and above them. Now, these are the characteristics that make MICAN stand out and are vital skills in a world shaped by AI, robotics, and quantum computing. And so the study also re-emphasized MICA's leadership in the domains of product, brand, customer, and revenue generation. So connecting with customers is the core of any business. And that is what MICA, we do that the best. We are wonderful at this. So as MICA scales and grows, we are enhancing our position as an aspirational place to work for PhD scholars and academicians. In the coming years, we will invest in further strengthening our faculty in terms of numbers while augmenting our affiliations with other business schools nationally and internationally. MICA has always been a powerful beacon in the academic world, standing for freedom, bravery, and community orientation in knowledge creation and expansion. We will continue with our investments on this path. From tomorrow, you will all gain status as a MICA alumni. MICA considers its alumni, who number over 5,000 and are growing every year, as critical stakeholders and an integral part of its academic system. We engage with these successful women and men who occupy top positions in MNCs and global organizations on a regular basis in curriculum development, academic think tanks, and mentoring, besides requesting them to share their insights and experiences by taking guest lectures. The fact that 4 of our GC members are MICA alumni aligns with the global trend of great institutions inducting alumni into their boards, as they have experienced the institution firsthand, which allows them to contribute more decisively to their alma mater. To reiterate our commitment and make our bond stronger, we would like to announce the opening of alumni chapters this year in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and Dubai, so that there is a stronger and perpetual connect. We are investing in our physical and digital infrastructure, and in the next few years, we will see a modernized campus that blends with nature while we retain MICA's enduring ethos and legacy. As an example of how we plan to blend new infrastructure with the MICA DNA, we will be creating an idea park in the forest area. This will be a multi-sensory space, giving the students and the staff freedom to think, reflect, and ideate while walking in the midst of nature and in the aura of serenity among animals, birds, trees, and the green. This is another reflection that MICA truly is a school with a difference. I would also like to place here my sincere remembrances to those who passed away tragically during the year. We can't forget Priyanshu. We won't forget our previous GC members, Dr. Bhaskar Das and Ms. Hema Vishwanathan. They will remain in our hearts forever. So as we end yet another eventful and successful year at MICA, and 34 years since its inception, I would like to thank all the members of the MICA community, foundation, GC, faculty, adjunct and visiting faculty, staff, support staff, research associates, postdocs, assistants, besides external agencies, consultants, and members of the academic boards. I am also thankful and grateful to Sandeep Menon, a MICA alumni from the first batch, and who recently stepped down from the GC after serving on it for 20 years. He was our longest serving member. I'm also mindful of expressing my sincere appreciation and gratitude to all those who provide us loyal and dedicated service day in and day out, the staff of our housekeeping and maintenance, gardening, security, mess and canteen, and drivers. I wish to thank the MCSA and all the student communities for working closely with the MICA management to enhance and protect and nurture MICA's unique culture. I'm sure that these leadership qualities and out-of-classroom management skills that you displayed here at MICA will stand you in good stead as you enter the world beyond these red bricks. As the theme of this convocation, Consolidating Sparks for Excellence, reverberates across the campus, I would advise all of you to be sensitive to what you do. The power is entirely in your hands. You may not feel that, but it honestly is. It's entirely in your hands how you use it. Remember that a spark can start off a wildfire or it can inspire a revolution. A single spark by itself may not make too much of a difference, but the potential of hundreds of sparks is enormous. Stay happy, stay strong, stay blessed. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. And now, since you mentioned MCSA, MICA Council of Student Affairs, it has been wonderful working with them. And I request the MCSA of the 30th batch to speak on life at MICA on behalf of all the graduating students. So, MCSA, over to you.
Good evening, respected faculty, honored guests, proud parents, and most importantly, my beloved Micans, batch PGB 30 and CCC 34. Today feels surreal, as I stand here expected to neatly wrap up 2 life-changing years into a few fleeting minutes. I recall what one of our professors once told us: brevity is the soul of wit. Then again, Micans are not exactly known for keeping things brief, are we? Looking back, I remember when we first arrived, each with our own suitcase filled with expectations and apprehensions. It was the second month on campus, academic pressures mounting, placement anxieties creeping in, and the weight of uncertainty heavy on our shoulders. That evening, the sky poured down heavily, and as cliche as it sounds, that evening something truly magical happened. It felt like that downpour washed away more than just our notes. It washed away our apprehensions, our fears, and at that moment, I realized how incredibly special this place and these people are. I realized how in that collective chaos, we found clarity and companionship. We entered MICA hoping to emerge as professionals, but today we leave as a family. A family like every other who has fought together, celebrated, laughed, and even grieved. It hasn't always been easy, guys. We have faced a lot of challenges, some academic, some professional, and some deeply personal. The cancellation of MyCanvas 2023 tested our resolve, and 2 tough placement seasons challenged our spirit. But nothing tested us more than losing one of our own, Priyanshu. Priyanshu was warmth personified, his infectious laughter still echoing through the corridors of our memories. His untimely departure left a void impossible to fill. But through this pain, we stood together, offering each other solace and strength. He reminded us to cherish each and every fleeting moment with one another. We entered these red brick walls as individuals uncertain of what lay ahead. Yet today, we step out unified, bound by shared triumphs and losses alike. MICA has taught us many things: advertising, consumer behavior, media strategy, but perhaps the most valuable lesson we have learned is resilience. We have learned that setbacks are not failures but just detours, and through every unexpected turn, we have become stronger, wiser, and undeniably more MICAN. To the faculty and administration, thank you for guiding us, sometimes gently, sometimes with necessary sternness, but always with genuine care. To our friends and families, you have been our pillars, bearing with our chaotic schedules, late night breakdowns, and endless excitement over jargons that made little sense to you. And finally, to my batchmates, PGB 30 and CCC 34, we have walked through fire, and what an incredible fire it has been. Our bonds, forged in the heat of these shared experiences, will last a lifetime. As we say goodbye today, let's promise to carry forward the spirit of compassion, resilience, and unity. Remember, it's never really a goodbye, it's a promise. See you soon.
Hello, everyone. Gratitude turns what we have enough into more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Good evening, everyone. Respected GC and chief guest, faculty, fellow graduates, families, and friends. As I stand here today, my heart is full, not just with pride, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the people, the lessons, the memories, and the moments that have shaped us. 2 years ago, when I began this journey, I never imagined I'd be standing here addressing all of you. I came to MICA seeking opportunities to learn, grow, gain experience, push my limits, explore new paths. Coming from a medical background, I knew it was going to be a roller coaster. I expected hurdles, but somehow, somewhere deep down, I also believed that I have what it takes to stand here today, receive my diploma. Now, as I look back, I can say with certainty, none of this would have been possible anywhere else. It's these red bricks, the people here, the environment created by every single individual, from the top management to those who support us every day, that made this journey extraordinary. The fact that the three of us are standing here today delivering this address is a testament to one thing. At the heart and core of this prestigious institution lie its students. We often hear that MICA is different from other B schools. And it's true. Every student graduating with me here today would agree. It's hard to put into words what makes MICA so special. It's many things. But above all, the feeling of being a MICAN. The feeling and the urge to truly show up for each other no matter what. A year ago, when we were elected as representatives of PGP, CCC, and FPM, we stepped in with clear goals. Along with these goals came expectations from our peers, the faculty, and the institute as a whole. While stepping into this office, I made a promise to myself that for the next 1 year, this office would be my top priority. As a team, we've given it our all, 100%, to meet those expectations. Over the past year, we've had countless calls, handled different crises, managed multiple committees, and sat through endless meetings, all while trying to balance our academics and personal lives. None of it would have been possible without people who stood by us, offering their support 24/7. To my team members, thank you for always being ready. Jeet and PDM, it's game time, will always be a forever core memory. To my friends and batchmates, You've had our backs and support, and it meant a world to us. To A41 people, thanks for always being there, especially Ankita, Akshansh, Chaitanya, and Kshitij. To my parents, just thank you for always supporting me. I'm sorry. To the management and administration, we've been through some tough times together, but your guidance has always led us to solutions. To the faculty, your constant support has always been our backbone. To the entire support staff, mess staff, guards on duty, who were always just one call away. To the RAs who have heard our endless rants. And to Priyanshu, who taught us how to laugh even during the hardest times. MICA will never be the same without you. As we now turn the page and move forward toward next chapters of our lives, let's carry forward values that MICA instilled in us: empathy, creativity, resilience, and courage. Let's continue to show up for each other the way MICAns always do. And above all, let's never forget where we came from, because no matter where life takes us, these red bricks will always be home. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. As I stand here today, it's hard to believe that the journey of PGP 30 and CCC 34 is drawing to a close. It feels like just yesterday that we walked into this campus, eyes wide, hearts full, and absolutely clueless about what was about to hit us. But here we are, convocating, carrying memories, experiences, and friendships that will last a lifetime. MICA has truly been more than an institute for us. It's been a workshop of transformation, a support system that never wavered, and a place where you don't even realize how much you're maturing day by day until one day you're standing at this podium trying to put it all into words. There's something incredibly special about MICA, a kind of belongingness, a warmth that seeps into your bone. And PGP 30 and CCC 34, we've lived and breathed that warmth every single day. This batch has shown time and again that we were family from day one. Whether it was celebrating milestones, pulling each other out of breakdowns, or just being there in small, silent ways, we grew because we had each other. To each and every one of you who contributed, whether through the loud victories or quiet kindness, thank you. Thank you for making this journey beautiful. As we move forward, we will remember these words not just for the knowledge they imparted, but for the way they humbled us, shaped us, and taught us to lead with empathy. I'd like to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to the people who have upheld the sanctity of MICA, who have preserved the culture that has become second nature to every MICAN, the values we carry out into the world. A heartfelt thank you to Professor Jaya Deshmukh, our Director and CEO, for her vision and leadership. To our beloved Dean, Dr. Geeta Hegde, and our mother away from home, our Registrar Ma'am, Dr. Shubhra Gaur. Thank you for holding our hands throughout this roller coaster. To Sanjay Chandwani sir, our estate head, thank you for always being there when we needed support with just about everything under the sun. To every professor who poured their energy into shaping our thinking, even though time won't allow me to name each one of you, thank you for not just teaching us, but for carving the vision inside each student and helping us guide it towards real-world impact. You have engineered us into MICAns who are now ready to take on to the world. A big thank you to the RAs who have been our go-to pillars of support through assignment schedules and many more. Now, to the soul of MICA, the people who make this campus run with heart and hustle, often behind the scenes, without whom none of them would be possible. To our wonderful admin staff, Praful Sevak Bhai, Manu Bhai, and Ranjit Bhai. To our ever-smiling mess team, Praful Biswal Bhai and Rakesh Bhai. To the Chhota team, Anand Bhai, Pintu Bhai. To our beloved MICA family, MyCafe family, Kishan Bhai and Ajay Bhai. To Rahul Bhai from laundry and our incredibly hard-working cleaning staff. To the estate stars, Kuldeep Bhai, Jaideep Bhai and Tiku Bhai. To the security staff who have kept us safe and stood watch round the clock, thank you for your presence and commitment. And last but not the least, the PGP office and the PGP chairs, the finance and the IT teams who have worked relentlessly to make sure our time here ended as smoothly as possible. On behalf of the entire PGP 30 batch and CCC 34 batch, I say this with utmost humility. Thank you for everything, for the big things, the small gestures, and for being the reason we felt safe, supported, and seen every single day. Being part of the student council, especially as MCSA, has been the greatest honor of my life here at MICA. It was never about a position. It was about the service. And I hope I was able to do justice to the faith you guys placed in me and the legacy we are all so proud of. A heartfelt thank you to my incredible teammates, Niharika and Zeet. Your support made all the difference. Thank you to each person who helped paint this unforgettable picture that is the 30th batch of this extraordinary institution. May the album we have created together live on in stories and smiles for years to come. And with that, I sign off with a thought I hold very close. We may leave these gates, but we'll never leave MICA, because MICA lives in all of us. Thank you. And one last cheer for Priyanshu Jain.
Thank you, MCSA. That was indeed a very emotional presentation of life at MICA. Esteemed guests, GC members, distinguished faculty, MICA community, thank you very much. If there's somebody that I have to give it up to today, is the proud parents sitting there and watching the convocation. As we were entering the procession, I saw the face and I felt the pride, and my heart actually went out to them. The pride, the happiness, and the sense of achievement. Can we give a standing ovation to the parents? And I saw Niharika getting emotional, and I felt, I think this is all for them. Thank you, dear parents. Thank you. To you, thank you, the most important and our own radiant graduates. Thank you so much. Dear graduates, you are now officially the CCC, PGP, and the FPM degree holders, and so the flag bearers of MICA. My heartiest congratulations. In a few years, you will guide the next generation of MICAns to their new world, setting an example for them to live by. Apart from what Jaya mentioned, this day also sees another milestone. This convocation saw the highest number of FPM scholars conferred in the history of MICA. We have the FPM scholars here sitting right in front, and this is an amazing feat. And this also is a testament to our pursuit to thought leadership. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another for each one of you graduates. You have spent years honing your skills, embracing challenges, and pushing the limits of creativity. You have supported one another, grown together, and emerged as individuals ready to leave your mark on the world. With the MICAN differentiated offer and the unique skills, you will be among the top, perhaps 1% of the country, and I believe when I submit that how you take the 90-odd% along will define your success. The country needs you. People look up at India today as replete with innovation and opportunities. You are the great Indian demographic dividend. So go out there, give your best to the country, and give your best to whatever, on whatever you have educated from here at MICA. Age is the greatest advantage that you have, and the time that you have is, the way forward is long. You have a long way to go. Be fearless, as you can afford to take moonshots the next few years. Wherever you go, whatever you do, remember you will always be a MICAN. You have owned this campus, so the MICA will always be there for you. In closing, I leave you with the words of Steve Jobs, quote, Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Congratulations once again. Go forth, make your mark on the world. The future is yours to create. Thank you, everyone, for making this convocation ceremony a resounding success. Congratulations.
I declare the convocation closed. I request all of you to rise for the national anthem, please.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय जय मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय जय
I request the audience to remain in their places and remain standing till the last member of the GC and the faculty leaves.
Ya kund
The GC members may please lead us to lead the procession, followed by the faculty members. And the graduating students, please remain standing till the last member of the faculty leaves.